Testing. 1, 2. Simple Sam says we are all winners. Yes, we are all winners. Just getting ready to come back here from vacation. David Pinto says this live is a win. Thanks for the sentiment. Going back to the gear today, doing a little stuff with gear. Hey, Hank. Long time. Seems like a long time. It was just 2 weeks, though. But I'm glad you feel that way. Another couple of minutes and we'll get going. Martin Crockett is giving himself a medal, I guess. Much less than a minute now, maybe 37 seconds. Big Bill Bancroft is here. All right, almost getting ready to start. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're back. It seems like forever, as we were talking about in the chat earlier, but it actually is only, 2 weeks that we took off for our little break, in between season break. I guess we took it off for Easter. And we need breaks sometimes. But we're back now. I think Tuesday, Tetra was streaming already. But today is my debut for this new season. And tomorrow will be John Selway's Techno Saturdays or Electro Saturdays, depending on how he feels, I guess. Same thing, 1 o'clock. We are 343 TV. We come from 343 Labs. You know that 343 Labs is a school and that I'm an instructor there. So is John. And we teach you everything you want to know about electronic music production and composition and sound design and mixing and mastering. Come to our website and have a look. Maybe you find a class that you might enjoy. And, maybe you could have me as your instructor, or John, or any of the several other very talented instructors that we have. I need to mention as well, also check out our new Endeavor 343 Studio, which is basically a dojo for producers. You can come in and pretty much, work out your art. In there, we have all sorts of things, master classes and all sorts of feedback events and what have you, mentorships. Come and check it out. Anyway, let's get right into it. Today, let me just show you what I have here. I have some gear. We're going back to the gear a bit today. The thing is, we sometimes do gear here. You know that I love gear. And today we're going to be playing with, I put some new modules into the rack here. And I also brought out this bad boy or girl. Okay, it's a girl. It's the Poly End Sec or SCQ. It's an amazing sequencer. And we're going to work out how this thing works. Work out how it works. It's a step sequencer, a 32-step sequencer. Pretty awesome. We're going to use that to program Ableton. I know Ableton has amazing sequencer built into it and all sorts of ways you can program Ableton, but we're going to use this to program Ableton and maybe also some Eurorack stuff and maybe another synthesizer or two on the side. I have a Moog here and I have a couple other things I can grab. But let's say hello to the people in the chat. Big Bill Bancroft is here, and you know it's a party when Bill is here. Martin Crockett was the winner of the first person to hang out in the chat before anything gets going. Welcome, Martin, and congratulations once again for the prize that you gave. He gave himself a medal earlier. If you're watching the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Simple Sam, Hank is here, David Pinto. I don't know if these are the people that I see in the chat. I know there's more people because I see there's more people in the watching right now. So come and join us in the chat. It's always a fun time in there. If you have a question and if you want me to, elaborate on something, please. I often try to, keep up with what's going in the chat so that I can answer what you have going on. All right, but so let's get rolling with this. So we have this SEQ. I guess this is going to be the thing to experiment with today. It's basically as I said, it's a step sequencer, and let's get it to work with. We have so many choices. Let's start with maybe some drums. So let's go to Ableton, and where's my Ableton overview here? So let's get that. And let's do the Ableton. Let's get the Poly End SEQ a little bit bigger here so we can view it a little better. All right. So we have a drum rack that we can program here. And here are some sounds. It's basically an 808. And of course, whatever we do today, we're going to try to work it into maybe building another track as we did last time. We were working on, I really liked the track that we did the last time. It took me, 3 or 4 sessions, but at the end was a pretty cool track. All right, so let's get this working with this polyend. So the idea behind this is that I can now program it. Let me go back to the overhead with the polyend in focus. I can now program it, and I have 32 steps. If I press play on Ableton, you'll see that this thing starts running across, and 32 steps. That means, if you want to make it 2 bars of 16 steps each, that's what you get. If not, well, we can do whatever you want that to be. So here we have patterns, or these are the tracks that I could program. So I have 8 tracks that I could program across 32 steps. If we pick one, like the first one, we're going to be dealing with, let's see what note. We're already set up actually to go out MIDI USB, which is the way that I'm getting it into the computer, and playing C1, which is where my kick drum is. But I can move this around and choose whatever note I want by turning this knob here. But of course, let's start with the kick drum, and let's program some kick drums. So very simple enough to just hit a 4 on the floor, right, and get this going. Here we go. Martin Crockett wants to know if any new releases are coming out. I am currently working on a remix. I will let you know more when it's done, and maybe when there's a release date. But I'm currently working on a remix. Let's see. Francisco Galindo says, I recently bought a used Sub-Fatty Moog. Got it 3 days ago. Can you recommend an analog sequencer? I know hot to send MIDI to it, but I like an analog sequencer. Depends on how much you want to spend. Korg makes these very nice small little sequencers that are based off of their old analog, their SQ10. I think it might be called the SQ1. It's really like $100 or something like that. I mean, maybe, don't quote me, but it's very, very affordable. It's a small little sequencer that you can get going. I think it's it's a logical choice because it's awesome and it's small and it's cute and you're gonna love it. And you can, if you want more, you can spend more. And if you want to spend $100 and get amazing bang for your buck when it comes to a analog sequencer, that's the way to go. But anyway, here we are with our. Make sure I'm not clipping here. I'm just going down here. So I've got the kick drum going. Now let's do the second channel, and let's look for a note for that one. So on this one, I'm not actually playing a note yet. So let me stop, and I have to stop the playback. So choose a note. So let's get a snare going. Yeah, it's snare, and I'll program the snare real quick. So we could just quickly do something like that. That'll work. And let's keep it going. Let's find another sound here. On this one, let's look for a hi-hat. And I think now that we have the hi-hat set up in there, I could just do this. And I love that you could just go across like that and quickly just get things placed in there. But I could also use the roll feature, which is really nice. Which, if I turn the roll feature, it'll immediately just give me divisions and spread it out. I could do the whole thing, or just eighth notes if I wanted to. I could also move them, and cool stuff. Let's see. Let's go for one more sound. Let's see what we're gonna get on this other sound here. Let's get that tom, and with this I can do maybe, let's see, kind of like that. Okay, so levels. Let me start leveling this thing out. Just a little loud there. Okay, so see how easy it is to program drums. Everything pretty straightforward. Beautiful sequencer, by the way. If you ever held it in your hands, it's amazing. Let's work with something more analog. No, let's try to get maybe the Moog, this Minotaur, going. Now with this, I'll have to configure it in a certain way. I'll go to track 5, and I'll have to go down and choose the output. So it's not going to go USB. It's actually going straight. It has 2 MIDI outputs. So it's going to go straight to the MIDI out of the Minotaur. And I'll just turn that. And I think that's out 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'll know in a second. And I think I also have to do the channel selection on this, which is going to be channel 7, I think, is what the Minotaur is on. So we'll see pretty soon when I put some notes in if it works. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. But I don't want to make such a long pattern. I want to do a short pattern with this. So let's say I just hit the length on this. So I go length, and I could shorten this to have many steps as I want. So let's see. Let's do 8 to start with. So then you see that track 5 here is only going 8/16 notes. So I could do something like this. Pretty cool. That's a cool thing is I have the Minotaur also set up in here with the editor, so I could just quickly go through some presets, which is, the thing doesn't have any presets, so you have to hook it up to the computer to get some presets going. Just want to get lucky. One thing that I noticed earlier when testing this thing out, hold on, maybe there's a question in the chat. Let's see. Martin Crocker says, can that sequencer send to a synth in a chord hold mode or some Robert Hood style patterns? Yes, there's a way to do the whole chord thing. You can do like 3 notes at a time if you wanted to, and you could do the Robert Hood style patterns. Yes, you can. So right now I have 3 notes playing in there, but they're all the same note. I mean, I guess they're all a C note. If I want to change the note, though, I could hold down the note and move the knob here. Let's turn that to a G. And let's turn that a C above. Let's go to, let's go lower. So it's another way of like really relating to writing notes, which is great to get you out of your kind of element that you might be used to. I'm gonna leave that in there. Can't hear the Minotaur. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So you're gonna be surprised what it sounds like. Hold on, here it is. Tell me if you can hear it now. I think I didn't have it patched in. No, I pressed it in and I should be going. So once again, I'll do the note thing so you can see. So I have 3 notes playing. It's just looping at 4 there. At 8/16 notes. And let's say I want to change this note. I just hold that down and then turn the note key. And find the note that I want. Also, I could do velocity, so I could do less velocity on this one. So I could get, so individually I just hold down the key and then I could just turn these little knobs and make these things do things. There's also these like rolls that I could do on individual notes. So it's like okay. Now Sam says and Martin that you could hear it. Let's try to find another sound. We're doing a lot of bass with this. I guess this is gonna be the bass machine. So if I wanted to, I could change these quickly. But if I wanted to, I could. I don't have to stay symmetrical. I could take the length to like, something like to do like 5 and change the note on that one. Continue to look for another sound. Pretty cool. I don't even know which one to pick. I had better ones. Come on. Give me something preset bank. Okay. I'm getting a little annoyed now that I can't find. Okay, we'll stick there and then we'll pick some better notes. So one thing I was noticing earlier is that the sequence, whatever was playing on the sequence, wasn't exactly in time with my computer. Like it was a bit off. Let me just show you how to mute things as well. So if I press on a note, I can turn it off right here. Just quickly turn off. So if you listen to the bass line and the kick drum, it's a little bit off. For you DJs out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bill wants me to go to 90s organ. Where's the 90s organ? Is there a 90s organ preset, or do you want me to create a 90s organ? Well, I'll look for it in a bit. But let's get to what I was talking about. So you can hear. Let's change the length again on this thing and put it back on something even. And let's put it. Let's do the length at quarter. No, 1/4 note. You can tell it's a little bit off, right? So what you do in that case is that you go into your preferences under MIDI, and I already have this set up here. If you see the out of the SEQ, I could mess with this and get it in time. So at 0, it's pretty off, but working this, you almost have to work it like a DJ does, to just get that number perfect there. That's better. It would be better if I had a shorter percussive sound. Yeah, that's pretty tight now. So compared to the kick drum, it's pretty tight. Let's see. Yeah, it's on there now. So I had to change it by -64 milliseconds in order to like tighten it up, maybe a little more. But now when I play something else on it, so now let me change the pattern and change the length on it. So on this notes on it. And let's get the hi-hats and all that other stuff back. Still feels a little off to me. Let me just go back again. Tweak that. Now it's better. I had to be pulled back quite a lot now. But I could deal with that. Alright, well, we're getting these parts. I think I'm going to want to record that. So let me just make sure I have the audio input device set up here. Let's restart it so we can get it on time. And I want to have 3 and 4 be my inputs. And that's going to be 3 and 4 there. Lower the input level so that I don't blow it up. Maybe I just do 3 because it's not stereo. So let's set that up to record. And I've got to put this in, monitor in for the sequencer to. Alright, let's start it again. Let's start recording. This will tell me a lot about how it's syncing or not. I'm gonna have to toy with this a little more. Just drive me a little crazy before I let's get that input right. Yeah, Martin Crocker said bass seems to be clashing with the kick, and yeah, that's the issue that I'm having right now. I'm gonna write another pattern just for fun. I'm not gonna write them on the ones. That's better. Not clashing anymore, right? Let's see how when you record it, how it looks on the. Yeah, that looks a lot tighter. That's right on the. I wouldn't say exactly right on, but let's have a look. Let's see, have a look where it's landing. Yeah, it's still kind of off. And I guess this is one of the things that I'll have to really perfect with this poly end. So if I turn off the and I make the start position here. Oh, thanks. Martin Crocker said big improvement. Let's see how the actual okay. You know, the cool thing about this is that you could do all these kind of length things on the fly. And I could do really even weirder things with it. Like I could reverse a pattern. So I can take any pattern and like just change the length of it on the fly, right? So I can make the kick just be that. And I can make the snare just be that. So I could have the light show that you could get from this thing is pretty cool. Let me start and stop it. here I can take one and instead of keeping it at 32, I could go and make it go backward or ping pong. So this pattern now is going to run in the backward mode. As you can see, that number 3 is running backwards. See, that's coming this way. Let's get some of this eurorack stuff going. So we got to do patching. I have a blank slate here. So one of the cool things that we have going on in this, and by the way, it's halfway point for our show today, and just let you know that we're watching 343 TV. My name is Abe Duque. I am an instructor at 343 Labs. Come and check out our website, 343labs.com. Take a class with us, or with me. Yeah, and check out our new endeavor, 343 Studio, which is our dojo for music producers. All right, so basically, I have with me a device that's also made by Polyend, which is this one here. This device, let me see if I can bring it into the shot here. So it's this device here. This is the Polyend Poly. I guess they like things with P. Polyend Poly is pretty awesome. What it is, this MIDI cable comes from my Polyend, and I have what this thing has is has a USB out, so I can go straight to the computer. It has 2 individual MIDI outs, so I can go like I'm going directly to the Minotaur and to and now the second MIDI out is going to go into this MIDI in. So what happens is this receives it, right, and sets it up on a channel here, so that I can send it out as gate and CV, and even I could do velocity and modulations for my eurorack. So it's an amazing sequencer that will control your computer, control your synths, and also control your eurorack. Which let's get that going right now. So let's get an output to it. So what I'll have to do is let's say 6. We want it to go to I think it's out 2. No, out 1, because the other one was out 2. And let's see, I'll know immediately if I start programming this and I get a little light on this, which see, the light is on now. That timing is still killing me. But you see the little light that's lighting up here? That's the lights that I got going on the Polyend. Let me get all in view here so you can see everything. So on 6, I have these lights, and let me turn off all the other ones as well. And these lights here corresponds to the lighting up that you see happening here. So I'm going to set a length for that of, let's see, something manageable. Let's do 8/16 notes. And let's start and stop that again so we can line them all up. And those notes in there now are being sent to this gate, and I could even change the actual pitch from that. So I'll need to send the gate. First I need a sound. So I have this percussion unit here, which is pretty cool. And let's get that to trigger from that gate. This should be a simple enough action to get something going in there, where we get that out, and we'll go to this channel, and it's already going. See, that's awesome. And this is a percussion unit, so I could pick a percussion sound that I want to start with, and then start to tweak it. But I think I want to have some effects on that. So let's get the out from this effect unit here, and we'll bring it into here. I believe that's the way to do this. And then we'll do the in from this one here, so that we can send. Whoa, there we go. It's already going. And now I can tweak out. Let's get those other parts going back in there again. A little too much reverb. Bring down the. Hey, Alessandro Bratz is here. Welcome. I can edit this sound. With these parameter knobs here. And we can record that when we like, when we're ready. So let's I've got this set up on the mixer here, and I just gotta send it to the channels for recording. Get another audio track going. Take the bass out of that one. And this is stereo, so we'll go 3 and 4. And we'll arm that for recording. While we got that going, we might as well tweak it out a little bit. Maybe later we can capture a loop. You know, it always pays off to have recording set up, because you never know what miraculous little thing might just happen, you know. Now I'm liking it better than when we first started. All these little movements, I could grab those and make those into little loops. Thing is, you could also, like on this channel here, I could also randomize it. Just hit the random button. Continue to randomize it. Just hit randomize again. Oh yeah, I put those. Michael Black is here. That's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna grab all this stuff later, and this is my process usually goes like this. You know, I'm jamming, I'm hanging out with you guys, just jamming around, and just recording some stuff. Eventually something will hit, you know. Let's get some of these other parts back in here for a second. So let's make the hi-hat a little shorter in length. So that's this one, I guess, and change the length. Let's do that at maybe 16th notes. Start and stop it again. And then I want to maybe randomize it. Randomize again. The frequencies are going to attract the pets in the neighborhood. These are nice little variations you could immediately get going by, out of all the things, and call me a grifter or whatever, but out of all the things, randomization has always been one of my favorite things to be able to do in any device. And anything that has like randomization available is really awesome to me. Okay, let's make a little synth patch here. Let's grab this black octave source. No, this is the black wavetable VCO, and this is already patched into one. But let's get this going through a filter, maybe. No. So let's plug that output of this oscillator into a filter. And then let's take that out and back into the channel. See what that sounds like. So now, and I can play with that. But now, let's take another channel on this here and work the gate on that. So this is going to be the gate, and let's get a channel on the poly end here to do that with. So let's go to 7. So we'll go to 7, which we have nothing in there. I want the 7 to go the output of the poly end, so I just want to go down, and I think that was 1, right? Out 1. So let's see if I just write in a bunch of notes in here. We'll see if that's gonna show up on. Well, it's not showing up on that. Hold on. I might have done something wrong. Let me just look at it again. So 7 out clock 1, right? And channel 1. So, but we're not really doing MIDI. We're just doing straight to the poly end. See, 6 is out clock 1. I mean, out 1 plus clock. That's the MIDI output, and this one should be the same output. Out 1 plus clock. Oh, I got to change the MIDI channel on that. That's what it is. So let's change the MIDI channel on that so that it reflects the channel that you might want it, because you got to switch to the second one. So let's see. And let's write some parts in here. There we go. Awesome. I'm going to keep that. Let's see what we could do with that. So it's just a gate, which is interesting, but let's put it on a let's set it up so that it does the open and closing of the gate with an envelope. So I have this Quadra device here, which can create an envelope. So instead of sending the gate directly to the channel here, I'm going to send it to the trigger in here, and then the envelope out of here is going to, this will be envelope 1. So it's just a attack and decay, but it'll be pretty cool, I think. See, now it's shorter. See, I can control. Let me just show you a little closer what I'm doing here. So I have this Quadra synth, or this Quadra, it's called. This device, the gate comes out of the poly, goes into the input here, then goes from an envelope is created here, right? And that envelope then can be sent to the VCA, which is what this mixer has set up here, so that I can get cooler play with that. Now, I could also get that to change notes. And the way that we can do this so they could change notes, I'm gonna need more cables for this. So the way that we can change notes is that I have a gate out, but I also have a pitch out. So this pitch can now go to the 1 volt per octave input here, and this would change the pitch on this, which means that I could take a note, let's say this note here, and change the note. See? I'm gonna just change these randomly. I'm just touching the note and changing the. Not bad. Let's open up that envelope. There's also a sub out. Let's see what the sub out is doing. And then this is a wavetable synth, so let's go to here. Other. Let's try lower notes. That's pretty cool. See, when I have control over the envelope, it changes everything. When I could, let me make sure everything is seen here. Let's get everything in the screen. Pretty cool. But now I can randomly change the length of this. Let's just do these many steps. And you see some are running backwards, some are running forward, some are running different lengths. It's a beautiful thing to look at. You can get mesmerized by this. Stop it for a second. I see that somebody's talking about the thermionic culture vulture. I love that thing. Don't distract me. Let's see. I like the plugins from Sound Toys, especially the Decapitator. You know the Decapitator has the 2 modes from the Thermionic Culture Vulture on it. It has the T and the P that you see on the Decapitator on the last. There's 5 modes. On the last 2 modes, the T and the P are the triad and the pentode mode from the Thermionic Culture Vulture. So if you have a Decapitator, you have basically a Thermionic Culture Vulture, or a simple version of the Thermionic Culture Vulture. Anyway, let's move on. So we have cool action here. I almost don't even know what to do. I feel like I just want to jam, you know. I just want to kind of fool around. How about some modulation? What happens if I try to add some modulation? So I would need I'm going to create a clock for this LFO with, I need more cables. I'm going to also bring some of these out. So the clock would run from 8. So on 8, I'm just going to do quarter note. And those quarter notes would be coming out of, let's send them out of the poly end. I mean the poly and poly. Let's send them out of there. So let's go to that and get the output there. And we also need a MIDI channel for that. So that'll be 3. And that should be giving me a steady quarter note pulse here. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm missing one here. Okay, with that quarter note pulse, I can clock this guy. And with that, I could control maybe the CVN on the filter. Let's speed it up. Open this up. Let me lower the... Maybe I'll do it out of the sub out. Once again, timing issues are a problem here. I have to say. Let me try to work this timing again. Timing issues are driving me a little crazy. I think that might be on, but let's try. It goes off again. I'm going crazy here. Somebody's talking about me and liking the Magic Death Eye. I do like the Magic Death Eye quite a lot. So the Magic Death Eye is one of the better bus compressors based off of the Fairchild 670. So Fairchild 670 is the OG of those. It's the one that all of them are based off of. But anyway, where are we? And what time is it? Again, you're watching 343 TV. My name is Abe Duque. I am an instructor at 343 Labs. Come to our website, 343labs.com. Check out our class schedule. Maybe you want to take a class with us. Okay, so we are now, let's get this going. Again, this is driving me crazy. It's not on. I'm going to turn that off, and let's see if I get that bass line back again. That was working. So I'm keeping that. Let's get just a soft synth. See how that works with like a soft synth. Let's just get a, I don't know. Let's make it sound with an analog. Okay, so slow your roll here. I'm gonna have to give it its own MIDI channel so that I don't. Let me give it MIDI channel 10. And do we have anything left here? Let's use 6, which we were using for okay, so let's use 6, and let's set 6 to come out directly into the USB. So let's go straight to the USB. That means it goes right into the computer. So now it should be operating. Oh, and I got to set the MIDI channel. So that's, what did we say, 10 for that? So 10. Okay, 10 it is. That one is interesting. There it is. Okay, I am overlapping here. Let's see. MIDI in is coming in on these channels here. Let's see what channel is coming in on this one. I think the kick drum is overlapping. I think this guy is going on channel business. Let's change the octave on that. Let's put a little bit of an effect on it. Simple Sam, how many plugins do you have? Let's get this a little detuned there. And let's work the... Set that up to record on another channel. And let's see, external from 5 analog. And let's set this in MIDI input. And let's just record in there. And let's just fool around with it. While it's fooling around, I could turn back on some of these parts. It's still recording in here. Just jam. Opening the filter here. Okay, so we have a part in there. Okay, so far, let me just save this. So this is going to be the beginning of our new track. Our new track is going to be based on what we've recorded and we're able to get in here now. Let me save this so that I don't lose it. If I don't do it now, I'll probably forget, and the stream will be over, and then I won't do it. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. I think Martin Crackett has 200 plugins. Wow, that's pretty crazy. These guys don't play. So let's set this up as new track. That's what we'll call it. I hope I remember that's the name of it. And let me just record in some of those drum patterns. Actually, I could jam with the little guy here, and I could randomize some of these things and create a bunch of random drum patterns that I can record quickly. So I could just hit record on this now and start recording some of the patterns in here. And then while it's recording, I can come in here and just jam and hit random on certain things like that. Well, that was pretty cool. Maybe I could do it again on this one and on this one. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna do it on everything. And so I have that kind of captured in there, and it's going to be efficient. You'll see. Next week, I'll break this up, and we'll use it as a jumping off point for another track. Kind of a slow kind of movement today with the actual recording and getting the track going. But I think my biggest concern was to bring to you guys this poly end and show you guys. I love this thing. This is amazing, hands-on step sequencing. Probably the best step sequencer I've ever played with. And there are, I have a few. I go all the way back to, I think my first step sequencer was the SQ10 from the MS-20 system that I have. It's just, there's a power to step sequencing that it brings you away from the looking at the screen and puts your hands to work, and your brain works in a different way, and you write different music because of that. So from time to time, you have to switch it up. You have to do things that are not, the way that you always do it. Because after a while of doing things in a certain way, you end up kind of making the same thing again, over and over again. And because, it's just maybe that rut that you're in, or that channel of the workflow that you've been in it. Getting yourself out of it and putting your hands on something like a step sequencer is pretty daggone awesome. Anyway, let's see. Martin Crockett was talking about Simple Sam's talking about the V collection. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right. With that said, I'm going to save this, or I have saved this. I'll resave it again, and we'll pick this up next week. And we'll do less gear next week, and we'll do more kind of other aspects of this and see where we can take this. We'll decide on a direction for it. And yeah, we'll get that going. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for joining me. It's been great to be back, and great to, share my time with you guys. So with that said, goodbye. Okay, I said I put the wrong goodbye scene. That was for like something else that we had done. Here's the real goodbye scene. All right, here we go.